Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Super Nintendo and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Last time we made it up here to basically Goron City. And we challenged the Goron Elder, Goron, to a sumo match. And that is the last sumo wrestling minigame that is in the game. Yeah, I know. It sucks. It's honestly my favorite minigame in the whole game. But and he informed us that the patriarch Darvis has turned into a big monster and is causing trouble. And asked of us, the lowly human, to go inside and see if we can't do something about it. And this time, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Welcome to the Goron Mines. If I'm not mistaken, this was voted number one best dungeon in the Zelda series in one of the Nintendo Power magazines. I don't have the magazine anymore, so I do not know which issue it's in, but I remember seeing that it was number one for quite a while. And if I'm not mistaken, that magazine article came out when Skyward Sword was already out, so that Link. I forget what that's called. I want to say it's called a puff stool. Yeah, I probably don't know. And this is a lava slug. Pretty harmless enemy. We got ourselves 20 rupees. 20 rupees. Alright, so I think before we go over there, let's come over here so we can deal with that fire slug. I recommend stabbing those things as opposed to just doing what I did to kill the first one with the finishing blow, because that little fire explosion thing there, yeah, that happens pretty fast and you're likely to get hit by it if you are trying to do that. Let's come over here. Get on top of this thing and weigh it down. Yeah. So, how you guys doing? It's, yeah. Pretty cool. Here we come into the main chamber of this dungeon, really. I love the colors on those, what appear to be magnets. It looks really, really cool. I love it. And another thing, one other reason why I really like this dungeon is because unlike other dungeons in the Zelda series, this one isn't actually a dungeon. This one is just a mine. It is something that is used to presumably get Elden ore or something of the sort. if we open this chest, we get a small key. That's going to be very important for us. So, let's venture onward. This dungeon isn't really all that difficult, I don't think. It's just, very big. I love the colors of the lava. The fire enemies that this game comes up with are pretty cool. And here is one of our, if I'm not mistaken, this is this game's version of a Zalfos. Or maybe it's a Dinalfos, I don't know. But, yeah, I kind of like how it's like a big fire-breathing alligator. Or is it a crocodile? I don't freaking know. But I really kind of like that. I mean, I like the more fantastical elements of the Zelda series, but I also really like how realistic this one is. You know, it seems like a place that could really kind of exist, you know? Although how the Lizalfos went from being bipedal to this, and then to eventually what they are in Breath of the Wild, I will never friggin' know. Maybe it's kind of like how the Zora devolved and became the River Zora and lost pretty much most of their cognitive functions. And well, at least I get to show that. Yeah, that is not a good way to die. But actually, believe it or not, it's scientifically incorrect. If you fall in lava, you're not going to sink like you're in water. You're simply going to stay on top of it as the molten rock moves you around, and you basically get roasted alive. It's much more horrible than many people think it is, but yeah. Presumably speaking, if this was scientifically accurate, Link would have a chance to be able to save himself if he got out soon enough. Alright, let's hurry. I almost jumped in the lava again. Actually, no, it's magma because we're inside a mountain. We're inside a volcano, so it's not lava, it's magma. Molten hot magma. Link needs an assistant. One that you could call number 2. I gotta watch Austin Powers again. That movie is great. I heard a rumor that they were gonna be making an Austin Powers 4 sometime soon. And honestly, I don't know if I would want that. You know. Oh. Hello, little Goron. I thought I felt a presence, but what a surprise to find a young human. Word has come to me of you, and if Goron has faith in you, then your heart must be true. I am one of the 4 Goron elders. Gor Amato is my name. You are heroic, young human. Please, you must lead this tribe lend this tribe your power. Sorry, I'm old, I can't talk right. You got a key shard. You need all 3 key shards to return the big key to its original shape. That is one of the key shards that, when merged together, form the key to the room where Darbus is being held. He is our patriarch. The key is split into 3 pieces. Each of us elders keeps a piece. You must hurry to the other shard, to the other elders. I really like your design. I really do. I like the rocks on you that kind of form like little mini volcanoes, and like they're constantly releasing steam. And it's really cool. We got a dungeon map. This ought to make going through the dungeon a bit easier. Let's also open up this one. And we get 20 rupees. And come on, Link, go on the ladder. Ladder! Ugh. Sometimes it's hard to get Link to go on the ladder, and it kind of is annoying. Whoa! That was close. That was a close. Ooh! Phew! Free at last! Gracious! You're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, not that we found each other again. Let's stick together for a bit. I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. You reunited with Uku. This kind creature will let you out of the dungeon and return to you. We already know what she does. Alright, let's go. Alright. This is a really cool mechanic where you're able to stick to the walls and ceilings and whatnot using the iron boots on this elden ore, on this magnetized elden ore. At least I'm assuming that it's elden ore because we're in the Elden province and it's some kind of metallic substance that only comes from here. So, you know, it's probably magnetized elden ore. Alright, so let's go this way real quick. The only thing I don't like about these sections is how slow Link is. But, you know, it makes sense. I mean, not only is he wearing really heavy boots, but he is also having to keep his legs magnetized. You know, it's something. And we get another piece of heart for coming this way. Excellent. Alright, let's keep going. So I hear a lot of times that people complain about how this dungeon is way too slow moving because of sections like this. And although I don't disagree with that, I think people are just being like, it's really not that bad. It really isn't that bad. I mean, I'm a very impatient guy. You know, patience is not my strong suit. Never has been and most likely never will be. But I feel like a lot of the things that they changed in the HD versions is like in the HD version, like, oh, you can climb faster now, and like you can climb vines and ladders faster, wasn't necessary. I feel like it really wasn't necessary. I mean, they didn't change this, you know, like why would they change that and not this? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining about nothing and just, yeah. But I hope you guys, I guess I could talk a little bit about the Orden Village stuff, since we're here on the ceiling and not really doing much of anything. So a lot of people seem to complain about the Orden Village stuff, about how it takes like an hour or something for you to be able to get your sword, and Although, yeah, that is kind of stupid. Think about it this way. Most other versions of Link are supposed to be, like, most versions of Link are supposed to be just a normal kid until they get thrusted inside into their destinies. But, we never get any semblance of their normal lives before they start their journey and, well, become a hero. Like Ocarina Link, the first thing that happens is he's asleep. Then Navi comes in and wakes him up and tells him, hey, you gotta go see the Great Danger Tree because you got stuff to do. And, you know, it's just, you know, what exactly was his day-to-day life before that happened? I mean, we hear about it, but we never see it. You know, we never experience Link's normal day-to-day life. Those are fire keys. They're basically just normal keys, but they can set you on fire. And we get to experience this Link's day-to-day life before he is set off on his journey. We get to go to his job, we get to help out the village kids, we get to talk with the village people. That's why I wanted to show that part of his of the journey as much as I could. Talk to the people, not make it go on forever, you know. We did 3 episodes worth, but you know, I really wanted to let that kind of sink in, you know. Here we have a new enemy, red Tektites. They are pretty good. Gimme. There we go. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get across here is I feel like people are just really impatient to be able to get to kill things in the Zelda games, that they just overlook like crucial details in games. And I feel like Skyward Sword also did something of the sort with its beginning, having us get a semblance of his day-to-day life before he is set off on his big journey. You know, like, if we don't care about the characters, what exactly are we doing besides just, you know, it's kind of like saving Princess Peach for the 1000th time in the main series. You know, in the main Mario series, Peach has no freaking personality. So, aside from beating the game, what exactly is driving us to go and get her? You know? It's just kind of like that. We get to know these kids. We get to know Talo, Malo, Beth, and Colin. We get quite a bit of personality from Aaliyah as well, even though she isn't shown arguably as much. You know, it's just kind of, we get to build a connection with them, however small, so that we have a reason, we have a want. You know, we have a reason to go get them. And the fact that we get to go, when we come to the second dungeon area, we get to reunite with Malo, Talo, Beth, and Colin. And we get to see more of their personalities. You know, it just kind of makes you feel for them a little bit more. Like they're not just ones and zeros of computer code. They are, well, people. They are people in this world. You know? Like for example, in Ocarina of Time, we get to spend some time with Darunia, but we have one cutscene with him No, we have 2 cutscenes with the guy before we are supposed to go save him in the Fire Temple in Ocarina. And we have no freaking desire to go help him. Well, there's little to no real desire to do that because we don't really know the guy. We only have like 2 cutscenes with the guy, and we never see him. Pretty much after that dungeon, we don't really get to see him, like, ever. I mean, we do get to see him twice more after the dungeon, but it's just like after the dungeon, it's just, hey, I'm the sage of fire, and you know, it's just kind of a thing. But anyway, enough of my rambling. I think this is a good place to stop the episode here. So, next time on The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, we head deeper into the Goron Mine. To see if we can't find any more of the Goron Elders to complete our key. See you guys then.